Please. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Alright now guys, welcome again. Now this time what we're going to do, we're going to have a look at the greatest Premier League 11 of all time. What do you think? Which players you think deserve to be there? Which players should not be there? Which players are overpriced and overhyped? And probably some players who, for whatever reason, we overlook them because personally we don't think they are good enough. But let's get at it. Joe, we're going to start with you as it relates to your Premier League greatest 11 of all time. And I'm going to make a few jottings just to have something to make reference to when we go back. All right, let's start with Joe.
All right. So this is a 4-3-3 formation. Mm-hmm. And the players that I have in there, Schmeichel in goal, mm-hmm. Patrice Evra left back, Rio Ferdinand and South Campbell a centre half.
Yes.
Gary Neville a right back. John Barnes a left side midfield.
Oh, Barnes.
Central midfield Kane, and on the right side of the midfield is Cantona, and the three up front is Dennis Bergkamp, Cristiano Ronaldo, and Ryan Giggs. My 11 that.
All right. Fair enough. So that is Joe 433. So Joe, we have Schmeichel, Rio, Sol, Evra left back, Gary right back, Keane, Cantona, Barnes, midfield trio, and Ronaldo, Bergkamp, and Giggs. Spirit in the attack.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Mr. Richards, you want to contribute to that, sir? Let me see if anybody overlap. Not hearing you, Mr. Richards, not hearing you. Not hearing you. For whatever reason, your microphone seemed to be.
So we're going to ask Joe about his 11, or everybody are presenting them 11?
All right, everybody going to present their 11.
Okay. Remember if you give me permission if you present.
All right. Given that Mr. Richards' microphone is having some issues, we could go to Mr. Nelson. Mr. Nelson, your...
give me a second. Still can't present.
Oh, the opportunity to present. Sorry, sir. My apologies. Go ahead for me. It is sorted?
Give me a minute. You want me to go too quick, or I may have enough time?
You have a bit of time, man. Go ahead.
You want the long version?
Mr.
You want the long version or a short version?
The best version.
I don't know which one better. Tell me, long version or short version?
The short
You're
version,
sure?
guys.
All
So we
right,
can
nothing
talk
wrong.
about-
Short version. All right, so this up. All right. Oops. All right. So good. So my best 11 would be Peter Cech in goal. Reason for Peter Cech in goal is because again, I don't want to pick people who I feel. Peter Cech has a record for the most clean sheets, and because I am a person that values clean sheet, that is why Peter Cech is there, not because anything else. We have Ashley Cole, left back, again, statistics. He's the winningest left back in the Premier League, so therefore he goes there. Beside him, we have John Terry. I think John Terry has a record for the most goals scored as a central defender, and that is why he's there. So I don't think he was a worse central defender than anybody, but he brings more goal than anybody else to the table. So therefore, that's why he's there. Everybody would agree with Rio Ferdinand. I don't think we need any sort of, that is self-explanatory. I don't think we need any sort of debate on that one. Next would be, Ivanovic, for the same reason as John Terry. He again probably has the record for the most goals scored in the Premier League as a right back, and that is there. There are a couple of people who have more goals than him. I think can't remember their name now. Antonio, whatever Antonio name was. He has more goals, but remember, he started out playing right wing, and then they moved him to right back, so he had more goals. But the true right back player with the most goals is Ivanovic, and therefore that is why he's there. And I don't think any of the right backs were like better player than he was at the time. So I guess that puts him there. Lampard again. Not that Lampard football is beautiful, but Lampard has the record for the most goals scored in the EPL as a central midfielder, and he scores a lot of goals coming out from outside of the box. So if I can break down your defense, I'm almost guaranteed that I'm going to score goals from outside the box with Lampard. Another person that scored a lot as a central midfielder was Yaya Toure, and he gives nothing up in terms of defending that midfield. He defends that midfield just as well as anybody else, but many of the others can't score as well as he can. So that's the reason why he holds that spot. I think we had Cristiano Ronaldo. That is self-explanatory. If he's considered to be one of the greatest ever, and if he played in the EPL, he must be in the team. And he's deadliest on the left side, so that's why I put him on the left side. Next is David Beckham, and I think this is going to be one of the most controversial players on my team. Reasons behind David Beckham. One, EPL at its best played a 4-4-2 formation. We are just now seeing this 4-3-3 entering into EPL. Now, if you look at a 4-4-2 formation, there was no other player better than David Beckham at that right wing position because of a few factors. One, David Beckham is the best squarer of the ball in the EPL and probably in the world. He wasn't a person who kicked over the ball. He placed the ball on people's head. He was an excellent penalty taker and an excellent free kick taker. And if we watch world football now, there are many different techniques of scoring free kick. Most of the better free kick takers now are learning from David Beckham. So they are using the technique that David Beckham used. So that's why he's there. Last two. And Andy Cole from Manchester United, he played on probably the most successful team ever in the EPL as a centre forward, and he's good with his head. So therefore, when these crosses come over, he'll be there with his head. He's scoring with both feet just as anybody else. He was a top scorer on probably the best team ever. So he must make this team. And finally, I don't think there should be any debate about this one. Alan Shearer has the record for the most goals ever scored in the English Premier League. So therefore, if he scores the most goals, he must find himself somewhere on some team somewhere. So I tried as much as possible to present a team that not only people like, but also statistics would support their players. So as you said, it's the unbiased show. So as much as I can, I'm trying to be unbiased.
Yes, which is right, which is right.
Mark call it the unbiased show, Mr. Nelson, but I tend to tell him to, to think otherwise. Because we go always use, our preferences when it comes to choosing players. My 11
Hold on a bit, Barnsley. Because so we have that. All right, go ahead for me. So we have Mr. Nelson, we have Joe, and now we're going to have
we have Peter Cech in goal.
Yeah.
Tony Adams and Vidic, my two defenders. Right back is Gary Neville, left back Ashley Cole. We play 4-3-3 with Patrick Vieira, Paul Scholes, and put a Bergkamp in the midfield.
What's all?
Bergkamp. No.
Yes.
My three players up top is Giggs wide right, Henry wide, Giggs wide left, sorry, Henry wide right, and Kun Aguero down the middle. I cannot pick a Premier League team without Henry. Most golden boot in a Premier League.
4-3-3.
Who do you say is the central forward again? Centre forward?
Kun Aguero.
Aguero.
And mine's are basically as always preference.
Okay.
Okay. Mr. Richards, your microphone is with us now? For whatever reason, I'm not hearing you, bro. And I see where your microphone is off. Is your microphone attached to something? I don't know. Is it attached to something, or it's a built-in microphone? I guess it is attached. I guess it's probably built in. No, all right. So, Mr. Richards, as you get to, because I see where I think in the chat, or continue to put it in the chat, because I see where in the chat you're putting it. So, meanwhile you're putting it in the chat, I'm going to tell you my greatest 11 in the EPL. It has some similarities to you guys and some differences. All right. For me, Van der Sar, as Leah kindly put it, we have our preferences and we might stick to our side. Van der Sar I'm going with a 4-4-2 because as Mr. Nelson rightly put it, but then it was merely 4-4-2, it was generally 4-4-2. So it would be ideal to have a 4-4-2 right now. So I will have a Van der Sar in goal. I will have a Ferdinand. And I have a Terry beside Ferdinand. That is my centre-back partnership. I will have a Cole. As much as I love Patrice Evra, I'll have a Cole at left back and a Neville at right back. In the middle of the park, without any shadow of a doubt, I would have Keane, center midfield. Above Keane, Scholesy. Scholesy for sure. Left side, Ronaldo. And Beckham, as Mr. Nelson kind of put it, probably the best scorer of the football ever. Premiership or any international, wherever league. Because you just don't only square it, you actually put a pass on your head for you to score. And hands down for the striker position, I have Alan Shearer, without a doubt, and without any doubt in my mind, Mr. Henry. As much as I like a Ruud van Nistelrooy, Thierry Henry. Man, he was dangerous. I'm not lying, Thierry Henry. Crazy dangerous. So that is my side. A Ferdinand, Terry, a Neville, a Cole, a Keane, a Beckham, Scholesy, playing centre midfield, attacking midfield, and Shearer and Thierry Henry. That's my 11. I'm just waiting on Mr. Richards to actually share his 11 with me, so I could actually make some reference to it. But as we wait for that 11, I see where we have some consistencies. For example, I see where Czech is in two side. Schmeichel, and for me, Van der Sar. So we have a Schmeichel, we have a Van der Sar, we have two Czechs. So based on what I'm seeing, we're still waiting on Mr. Richards. So we have a check in goal. All right, we can see if we see a check in goal. Centre back pairing. I see Vidic Tony. I see Ferdinand Terry. I see three rears. Let me see if I can see anything from Mr. Richards. I see three rears. So therefore, we're gonna have rear, a centre back, guys. We're gonna have rear. Right back, I see so many Gary Neville. Almost everyone chose a Gary Neville, except for Mr. Nelson. So, no, man, unmute the microphone, guys, so we can have a discussion about it. I don't just want to be going about it and calling out these players based on what was said.
Right. So I think I said it when I put him there. And it's very, very clear. I don't, Ivanovic, anybody who watch him play, he was a hard-nosed defender that can defend anybody. He played his position very, very well. We had no problem with him defensively. The thing that he brought to the table that really put him over the hedge was the fact that he is the top goal scorer at that position. The only people that scored more goals at that position were people who used to play the other position, then they put them right back. So they left the Premier League having more goals. And one of Antonio Valencia. Remember Antonio Valencia? Yes, Valencia has more goals, but remember Valencia started out as a winger, and then right, and then they put him a right back, right? So, but I remember I used to watch Gary Neville played, and I don't see anything special that Gary Neville brought. I don't see anything special he brought to the table. If he brought something to the table that we could say we would kick out Ivanovic, I would totally understand. But the stats show me that Ivanovic was as good as anybody else. Win Premier League, win Champions League, win FA Cup, just like everybody else. So that's my.
Remember, if you're talking about winning, if you're talking about Gary Neville,
to be honest with you. But I think Gary Neville consistency for me is the reason why I would pick him in a team. And like I said, even though I'm not a fan of Man United, I really don't like other players. If I'm gonna pick a team, I'm gonna pick him.
I don't be like Arsenal players. I don't even like France, bro. And Arsenal is France team, so I don't even like Arsenal player, bro. Don't lie, friend Steve, man. But
Hey.
in all honesty, though, Mr. Nelson, on a real though, you see, why the Ivanovic shocked me was because at times Ivanovic was probably not the first choice right back at Chelsea. Sometimes it was they use him as a centre back. To me, it was not the first choice, and as it relates to consistency, as
No, it's the other way around. It's the other way around. He was so good, they make him play centre half. Remember, that was the case. It wasn't because he was not consistent why he couldn't play right back. Right back was too easy.
I'm saying he's not consistently playing.
Yeah, because he's so good. It's an upgrade. It's not a demotion. He was remember he was killing it. He was so good at right back that they make him play centre half to show you how good he was. You get what I say? So when he played that game at centre half, took nothing away from how good he was at a right back. You get what I say? That was the situation. So when you leave from right back or play centre half, especially at those times, it shows how good you are.
Well, Mr. Richards, most wing backs can play centre half. Most. If you're a wing back, it's not hard to make that transition.
Totally disagree. Our left back can play centre half. The left back who we agree upon can play centre half.
Who is that?
Whoever we agree upon. Because they're the best that can play centre half.
Ashley Cole.
But
that is
our right back was so good.
I wouldn't rock with the notion as every wing back would play centre. Because in the modern football, most wing backs now are flare wing back. We are picking wing backs based on their ability to go forward.
Yeah, most wing back now are attackers turn wing backs. Quite a few. But in all honesty though, Gary Neville, as far as I'm concerned, not because I'm a Manchester United fan, but I do believe that Gary Neville was a better wing back than Ivanovic for a longer period of time. I don't think that anyone actually challenged Gary Neville for that position ever, whether it was for the national team or the Manchester United. I don't think he was ever challenged for that position. And I'm not certain I can say the same about Ivanovic. And the reason why I won't even debate about Ivanovic, Mr. Nelson, is because I do not have the stats for Ivanovic. I was not even considering Ivanovic for that position. I was even thinking about a modern day, and it's just a one season, what's his name? Trent Alexander-Arnold. That's a one season. And what he did for this one season was really, really significant. But as it relates to consistency, doing it over the years, Gary Neville. So I'll have to look again on Ivanovic, Mr. Nelson. I can't debate that one. I can't say he was not the best because
funny enough, right? You wonder why Cristiano Ronaldo is not in my Premier League 11. I do not think he played long enough in the Premier League. I should say he was on top long enough in the Premier League. He basically started.
Mr. Richards.
Yes, are you hearing me clearly?
Yes, loud and clear, sir. So I will take
yes. Okay. Yeah. My team has Peter Schmeichel in goal.
Yes.
I think he was the best goalkeeper in the Premier League era. Yes. Gary Neville I think was the best right back, even though I never liked him playing for Man United. Rio Ferdinand and John Terry would be my two centre backs. I think Vidic was good, but Fernando Torres honed him for a very long time in the Premier League. Ashley Cole would have been my left back. Patrick Vieira would have been the central defensive midfielder. Roy Keane was fairly good, but Patrick Vieira was better than him.
Alright, Leo must be saying that one, bro.
Ryan Giggs would be my left-sided midfielder, with Cristiano Ronaldo going back to his original position at right side of midfield. Even though I was tempted to put Beckham, I just think that Ronaldo had way more class than he ever did. Beckham to me was a one-trick pony. Very good right, but not much more. Eric Cantona would have played at the top of the midfield behind Thierry Henry and Alan Shearer.
Hold on.
That would be my team.
Who's behind?
Eric Cantona would be the fourth midfielder. He would be the attacking one. And Alan Shearer and Thierry Henry would be the four. It would be the two strikers. 4-4-2 would be the formation.
All right. So let's quickly see if we can, of the 5 teams, right? Let's quickly see. Here we have Gary Neville. Here we have a Schmeichel and a Czech. There was Schmeichel and a Czech.
Yes.
The 2 keepers. We have to vote to see who will be the keeper. So we have 2 persons saying Schmeichel, 2 persons saying Czech. I said Van der Sar. Do we have a change from a Schmeichel to a Czech, or from a Czech to a Van der Sar, Czech to a Schmeichel?
All right. I would say Schmeichel because of how bully Schmeichel is in his box. He commands his box well. That's why I go with Schmeichel over Czech. Yeah.
All right, so you're sticking with the Schmeichel, Joe.
Yeah.
And Leo Nelson, you guys sticking with Czech?
Definitely.
All right, so I'm going to do tiebreaker. All right, guys. We have like 10 minutes to get this started. So we have Schmeichel in goal. Based on the decision, I see Gary at right back.
Yes.
I have how many Terry? I have 1, 2, 3 Terry. So it's going to be John Terry at centre back. I see 3 Coles, 4 Coles and 1 Evra. So it's going to be Cole at left back. In the center of the park now, I see how many Vieira? I see 2 Vieira. I see 2 Keane. And I see a Yaya. Do we have anybody who's willing to change? So it's on you now, Mr. Nelson, because we have 2 Vieira and 2 Keane in the middle of the park. All right?
Okay, so Yaya is out and Lampard is out.
Yes. No, Lampard is definitely out, definitely, because we have a couple of scores in the middle of the park. So it's between who you say? Keane and Vieira.
So one has to come out between Keane and Vieira?
Yes.
Vieira has to come out.
Vieira has to come out? So it's Keane. Man, sorry, it's Keane. All right? And then we still
Keane was a leader. You can't pick a team without Keane. He was a leader.
I understand that, hands down. All right? And the team has most of
Vieira was a bigger leader too.
All right. And I see 1, 2 scores. Let me just check. I see 1, 2 scores. 2 scores. I see 2 scores. How many Cantona? 1. I see 2 scores. 2 Cantona in the middle of the park. 2 scores, 2 Cantona. So we need a tiebreaker between Schools and Cantona.
Cantona has to go. It has to be Scholes Keane.
It's Scholesy. All right.
Well, let me ask you though. I can't see a Premier League 11 without Patrick Vieira. Arguably the greatest centre and DM to ever play game.
I totally disagree with you.
Arguably the greatest. Worse when it comes to Raheem. Raheem, there's nothing you can identify in the Premier League that Raheem can do better than Patrick Vieira.
Mr. Barnes, I would agree with you too. I think Patrick Vieira was a way better footballer than Raheem. Way better footballer than Raheem. Raheem was more of a dirty player more than anything else. And in my opinion, Alex Ferguson's influence allowed him to get away with a lot of the nasty things he did on the field.
You might have, in terms of technically better, possibly yes, hands down.
It's just as good as a defending midfielder than Raheem.
I respectfully disagree with you guys.
Just as good as a defensive midfielder as Raheem. Pass the ball better, carry the ball better, defend just as good.
I think he was a better.
On top of it, he was a World Cup winner.
No, Mr. Richards, you can't go there. You can't go there with a France and a republic. You can't go there with France and a republic.
Okay.
Call it Ireland, whatever, man. Where it's from. All right. So now we're going to the left side of the field. I see Giggs. I see Giggs. So it's Giggs. To the left side. And to the right side, I see Ronaldo. Alright, so far I see Michael in goal, Gary Neville, right back, Rio Ferdinand and John Terry, centre back, Ashley Cole, left back, Ronaldo, right midfield, Giggs, left midfield, and Keane and Scholesy in the middle of the park. I want to put Vieira.
It's a Man United midfield.
No, but trust me, Man United has been the most dominant team in the Premiership.
I'm not disputing that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But my thing is, Cristiano Ronaldo has not dominated the Premier League, has done enough in the Premier League to be in my Premier League team. He has maybe one world-class season, if you ask me, in the Premier League.
But can I ask you a question, though?
Mm-hmm.
How many of these, let me ask you a question, this is very, very important. How many of these players can you identify having world-class seasons? Any of them?
But
they have been consistent as it relates to world-class.
That's what I'm getting at. Not having a world-class season is one, but having consistently top-class season for years. Cristiano Ronaldo has not done it for years in the Premier League.
Yeah, he probably about.
I think for 3 years, Cristiano Ronaldo was right up there.
Yeah.
For about 3 years. Yeah. From 2006 to when he left in 2009, he was just as good as anybody else.
No, it was miles apart, though. Honestly, his best year,
maybe.
World class year is better than many of these.
Cristiano Ronaldo, good about 2 years in the Premier League, was owned by Arsenal.
All right, so let's hold on. Let's move on to the strikers. I have Shearer and Stone. And let me see who is with Shearer now. I see how many Henry. I see Henry here. Henry go. Henry. Yeah, so it's gonna be Thierry Henry. We have multiple Henrys. Alright? So
yeah, but for sure I'll go with Mark, I'll go with Henry because it was hard for me to pick my level without Henry, but you see the guy named Bergkamp. It's also hard to pick a Premier League 11 without Bergkamp.
That's true. Bergkamp was just straight. Honestly, I don't like Henry because Henry is the reason why Van Nistelrooy probably got it. Because Henry overshadowed him for those years. And Van Nistelrooy.
You Cristiano Ronaldo for most of his years too.
Huh?
You Cristiano Ronaldo for most of his years in Premier League too. Honey.
Yeah, but when Cristiano Ronaldo was young, not
but that's what I'm saying. A world-class Cristiano Ronaldo maybe one season.
No, I would say a world class.
No, Cristiano Ronaldo his
last two seasons. World class. His last 2 seasons.
Please remember Cristiano Ronaldo won the Ballon d'Or at Man U.
Yeah,
that's fine. A year before he left
before that he was
when he won the Champions League.
Before that he was also world class. Alright, guys.
For me, I just think he hasn't done it long enough in the Premier League.
Mark.
Yes.
Remember about 15 years ago we had the debate about Henry and Van Nistelrooy? Yes.
Myself
Okay.
and you too, we always have that debate, and he was always saying Henry and I was always saying Van Nistelrooy, knowing that Henry was better. I can actually confess that one.
No, I think Henry is better. Henry is better than Van Nistelrooy.
He is, definitely he is.
And he's arguably the best striker the Premier League has ever seen.
No debate. That is for our next debate, guys. So gentlemen, Joe, Leo, Mr. Richard, Mr. Nelson, thank you to you guys for joining me tonight.
Okay.
Unbiased show, and you guys are welcome to return again whenever you choose to reach out. No problem. So, gentlemen, I would say
Happy birthday,
it's
man.
my birthday, man. Thanks, man. Thanks. Happy birthday. Thank you, bro. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
All right, bro. All right, man.
All right.
All right.